Ladies and gentlemen, this is Vortex, and our topic for today is a bit different from my previous video. These dark sides are most likely we don't disclose and not easily brought up to some people who are not easily convinced and understand. Besides, they invalidate and assume that those with cause zero experience are just overreacting or pessimistic. Throughout the years, I heard a lot of terrible stories while working in the call center. I thought that only I had this kind of struggle, but then there are also coworkers and former colleagues who more struggled than I used to think. For that, I am not alone. Many employees are decided to leave the company and switched to other careers. Every job has a risk, but working in BPO is one of the riskiest careers. Some of them had incidents because of the wee hours, accidents due to rushing going to work. Their health was compromised, and worse, committed suicide due to depression, emotional distress, and anxiety. Here are the dark sides of BPO, or also known as business process outsourcing. Number 1, pressure. We would say metrics are metrics. Once you did not hit the target, you may face the consequences like asking you hot seat questions until they will get what they want to hear from you. Sometimes they will ask you in front of many. Yes, it is about an adjustment, but if you cannot deal with it, maybe this career is not for you. The doors are open for the opportunities outside. Assess yourself as early as now. Number 2, work-life balance. It is easy to tell that rendering overtime and rest day OT is not mandatory, but business as usual. If I were you, after an 8-hour shift or 5 days of duty, you should focus on your personal life and hobbies because once you spend most of your days and hours at work, you may tend to burn out. So having a balanced life will make each day meaningful and productive, unless if you're dedicated or money driven, especially if it offers you overtime pay. Number 3, culture. It happens everywhere. They are keeping and promoting some employees as per their personal choice than those who are persevering and deserving. Even if the agent was persistent and doesn't have any attendance issues, you might be surprised that their contract just ended. It is because they don't like them. Besides, they're finding ways to see any errors. Number 4, salary. Don't expect that you will get a whole basic salary per month. It is expanded based on the overall working days per year. That's why the amount per day is smaller than you expect. If you're too detailed, you may get stressed, and that's one thing for sure. Number 5, toxicity. Examples are backstabbing, power tripping, or bullying. It also happens everywhere. Despite equal rights or non-discrimination, competition and imperfection would be the cause. To those who are currently working, please have some patience if it is your teammate. But if it is your immediate supervisor, that's a different story. They're always in control of your scores, unless you were the one who has attendance issues because having lost hours given a negative impact on your performance. I am pertaining to some higher ups, not all. There are still truly compassionate leaders. Some of them are strict, yet considerate and broad minded. Number 6, undervalue. They always underlook the hard work, but they are keen to see mistakes. It is a self explanatory. Number 7, comparison and embarrassment. Once the subordinate did not meet the requirements or hit the metrics, Some leaders can't help but reprimand the agent and putting any shameful remarks and always compliment to the one who has a high score. Maybe it is their way to make the agents motivated. However, it couldn't help to some and it doesn't apply to all. Number 8. Termination or non-regularization. If the supervisor or manager sees that the agent didn't progress the metrics for 4 to 5 consecutive months, most likely the decision was final. But in some companies or accounts, they have a program to those not hitting the metrics, yet the agent has no major issues and a likable personality. Number 9. Allegation. They assume the things you didn't make. Since that's the case, you need to defend yourself. Number 10. Soup call avoidance. Not only agents do that, but also some leaders, and they make some excuses. Number 11. Pay disputes. This is one of the easiest things to resolve, but if this issue is consistent, instead of stressing yourself for the follow up, you have to look for another work elsewhere. Number 12. Overworked yet underpaid. There's no big deal if you're dedicated, but if you're money driven, look for another opportunity. Number 13. Referral bonus scam. Some referrers or sources make promises to the applicant, then once the referrals got hired and already received the first month referral incentive, they just lost like a bubble. Number 14. Incentive manipulation. If you want to get any incentive from your account or line of business, follow the compliance and do everything you can. Because some people are consistently doing it by trickery, and that's unfair to those doing it through hard work. Number 15. Team building. It is great if includes good recreational activities like sports and icebreaker games, aside from drinking sprees. If it is just a drinking session, it would be safe if you all guys are goal-oriented and mature. However, if you belong to a circle of different personalities, you need to be vigilant and careful because not everybody is not worth putting your trust in. Trust me, any act of malicious motive starts from drinking much liquor. Number 16. Flirting and concubinage. This also happens everywhere. Many relationships failed because of infidelity or cheating. If you're single, you can try to date and hook up, but it is much better if it is not your teammate and you know the person well to prevent failures, heartbreaks, rumors, lateral transfer to another account, termination, trauma, and lifetime disease like HIV. With all those being said, we have nothing to do but try to forget about it, especially if you badly need work, and then move forward to the next day, unless if they are too much. In case, here is my advice. First, file a report to a higher up other than your immediate supervisor. Next, if it doesn't work, address your concern to HR or Human Resources. Then, if still didn't work, go to the director. Lastly, if nothing happens, that's the time you need to think several times. Regarding this matter, it is up to you if you still want to pursue and live the call center life. I hope this one would help to assess yourself and do not make a permanent decision based on your temporary feelings. Please click the red play button or the logo to subscribe. Also, please follow or like my Facebook page. And feel free to put a comment below. Thank you for watching. God bless.